Laguna Seca is the call for round 8 of the 2024 NTT INDYCAR series. We moved it up. It's no longer the end of the season, it's slap bang in the middle. Welcome to the Grand Prix of Monterey. Green light is on, we're underway and well into proceedings. Let's see what we've got to offer then in qualifying group number 1. Will Power, Scott McLaughlin, Alexander Rossi, Scott Dixon, Marcus Armstrong, Christian Rasmussen, Nolan Siegel in a full-time ride alongside Santino Ferrucci, Graham Rahal, Stingray Robb, David Malukas back in a full-time ride for Meyer Shank Racing, Agustin Canapino and Romain Grosjean. Let's get over with the big news stories first. You've been hearing throughout the practice sessions as well via INDYCAR Radio. Let's start as well with Nolan Siegel getting a full-time ride in the number 6 Arrow McLaren as well, despite the fact that that car had been signed to Théo Pourchaire for the rest of the season. We don't understand it either. And then let's go into another factor. David Malukas, the man who'd been let go by the number 6 McLaren, is now fit at the time they organise a new driver. Confused? So are we. It's a mystery here at Laguna Seca. But we're on board right now with Nolan Siegel as well in the number 6 McLaren. His first ever qualifying in the McLaren takes place at Laguna Seca. Of course, he was drafted in very much at the 11th hour 2 weeks ago at Road America. Now, let's see how he tackles a full-time ride. He's given up his Indy NXT Championship challenges, but this is no slouch. Just 7 days ago, he was in France, winning a little race known as the Le Mans 24-hour. He is a man to be reckoned with. So is David Malukas as well. Recovered after a broken wrist, got let go by McLaren after 4 races, where he didn't drive, triggered the automatic contract that he could be let go. Here we are. Hello, says McLaren wanted someone for the long term. Pourchaire couldn't offer that, and Siegel could. That's what I heard, says the little owl as well. Hi, Jack, coming in as well. Here's how qualifying works. Field divided into 2 groups. That's based on the qualifying time. Then we have effectively Q1, which is the Group 1 and Group 2 section that go out in the circuit. Top 6 from each group go forward to the Firestone Fast 12. After that, as well as Malukas gets a little wheel on the gravel coming out of turn 3, we go through top 6 from the top 12, go forward to the Firestone Fast 6. Another 10-minute session. End of that, we've got our running order for the race. And that's how it works here in INDYCAR. Wish I could get my full timings up. Dixon's top at the moment, though, I can tell you that for nothing as he comes through. Trying to get my INDYCAR working at all, but it's not wanting to work. Holds it through. Aha! I have a leaderboard and I have a timing screen, which is even better news for me because now I can see what's going on out there. So, Dixon from Armstrong, Siegel's up into 3rd. Malukas has just gone through. So, both drivers who were let go and were re-signed and all that little drama, they're right up there as well, capitalising on this market. Find that hilarious to come into it. Will Power jumps up into the top spot as well for Team Penske, 109.118. So, he's up there as well. Wondering why the screen looks a little bit funny. That tower should be right to the bottom. Don't forget that as well. And we're on a single cam com team. Grosjean up to 3rd. Rossi takes in P2. Over the corkscrew comes the 20 of Christian Rasmussen, and Rasmussen goes fastest. Putting the wall in free practice 2 a few hours ago. Rear wing damaged and suspension. Have changed it quite quickly, repaired it. He's good to go. Rasmussen on 109.019. Just coming out of the opening first 2 corners. A little snap into the gravel, pitched him backwards into the wall. Rio done, front left as well. Just an easy snap happens at this circuit a lot. You'd be surprised. Seca Reds going on for him. He said his time on the primaries. Nolan Siegel said his time on the alternative Reds as well. Kind of expected that. Never expected to be easy in INDYCAR. McLaughlin goes top of the board on a 108.781. Power up to 3rd. Dixon improving as well. Coming through the corkscrew. Out of the last before the alternative pit lane line. That gives us a run. The alternative start-finish. And Dixon goes top, 108.511 as he dives back into pit lane. Still finding time, still adjusting it all as well. It's exactly what we want to see. We'll have NBC filling in the blanks in between the sessions as well for audio commentary. A little bit off the mark there for Nolan Siegel as he comes down pit road once more. So, all eyes on what's happening at the timing towers at the moment. And hopefully it all will make sense to us. I know it certainly doesn't make sense to me right now as well, so we'll try and work on it as we go, I would assume. Yep, you're not the only one confused by our new timing tower having a paddy. It seems to be wanting to have a paddy with itself throughout the entire weekend so far. We fix it in one session, it doesn't work in another. It happens. As there we go, fixed. You'd be surprised how many times it's actually failed on us this weekend already in the practice sessions. That's why we had INDYCAR radio on the basic timing screens. Dixon, is it? No, hang on a minute. Dixon's still out. Is he in the pits or not? I've only got McLaughlin and Rossi in the pit lane officially. Can't see anyone else changing around. Now they've come out of the pit lane. Here's the 78 of Agustin Canapino back driving for Juncos Racing this weekend after he took the weekend off in Road America, akin to he didn't like the abuse he was getting. My personal opinion is this driver can get out of INDYCAR as much as possible. You may have a lot of fans in Argentina and a lot of fans watch us here on JBMotorsports as well. But Agustin Canapino, with what the actions he's done the last couple of weeks, he's not exactly the most favourable man in the INDYCAR paddock right now. Up to the line and stays in 11th as big kick of the dust again for David Malukas in the 66. He's still getting used to it. Siegel's in 7th. Grosjean's going through at the moment in 6th position. Malukas is down in 13th. It's his first qualifying in INDYCAR as well. Seeing just how well he performs, how much he can fight things around, and we're all thinking the same thing. Just be careful. Don't do anything stupid. It's the last thing we need to have a change around at the front. Everyone just holding it together then at the moment. I think I'm going to redo the one. Okay. Agustin Canapino goes top. Proves he's still got the pace. It's a 107.898. Canapino to the top of Group 1 qualifying. Surprising even me there, to be fair. Rasmussen goes second, Fred Carpenter Racing. That puts Dixon third, McLaughlin fourth, Rossi fifth, Ferrucci down in sixth. Malukas is P9. Still with a lot of time to find. To start-finish line, of course, changes the lap time deltas for these sessions. So you need to look at the last two corners. I draw the line at, while I never say someone is responsible for their fans' actions, Augustin's response to the situation almost encouraged the abuse, in my opinion. I draw the line there at responsibility. I agree, Jack, the little owl. I agree there, my friend, because he sort of almost spurred it on, and that's where I draw the line as well. Power getting it all wrong as the penultimate corner. And it tricked him into the last. So currently, with a minute to go in this qualifying Group 1 stage, it's Canapino, Rasmussen, Dixon, McLaughlin, Rossi, Ferrucci, the top six. Out in the drop zone, Siegel, Grosjean, Malukas, Power, Armstrong, Rahal and Stingray Robb in 13th position. Malukas crosses the line. He was up by 25 hundredths and goes top, 107.8255 across the board. Armstrong is looking quick as well. Here comes Grosjean next across the line as well. Grosjean, does he improve? He does. Grosjean goes second. Armstrong top, 107.728. So Armstrong, Grosjean, Malukas all improving. Here's Santino Ferrucci, who another driver doesn't really belong in INDYCAR, but I must admit, spun coming out of the corkscrew, reversed it down the hill, spun it round and got it going without stalling the engine. That was pretty impressive, I will admit that. Canapino fourth, Dixon fifth, McLaughlin goes second, checkered flag coming out. Rossi goes top. 107.7175. Power is in P12 at the moment. He's failing to progress as he comes down in towards turn 1. He's on his last run. 91 thousandths of a second down. 15 thousandths up for Dixon. 53 thousandths up for Grosjean. So they're all hovering over there for time. Let's see if they can get it. Checker flag for Rossi. No, hang on a minute. Checker flag for Armstrong and for Dixon, who's coming up as well. So Armstrong stays in second position. Is Dixon going to improve? Grosjean goes top. Dixon across the line. He was P7. He goes P4. Ferrucci's in the pits. So Stingray Rob. Nolan Siegel doesn't improve. Siegel stays 12th. Here comes Will Power. Does he get through to the next phase of qualifying? Or is he eliminated here? The man who won here last year? No! Can't do it. He goes 8th place. Next across the line, Graham Rahal. He's out too. Grosjean, Rossi, Armstrong, Dixon, McLaughlin, Malukas, the 6 going through. Canapino's out. Power's out. That's the big shock. Ferrucci, Rahal, Rasmussen, Siegel, and Stingray Rob down in 13th place, which will become 26th overall in the field. First session done. Let's hand over to NBC for this part of the session. Let's get the right one on, shall we? No Lee Diffie. He's covering the Olympics, the last one as well for the athletics. So it's Kevin Lee in the box.
His car at the end of Q1, that is not something that we see a lot here in IndyCar.
Well, as he told us today, it is going to be tight.
Waiting on them to hear from Will Power. Nothing as of yet, as we get ready for Group 2 to head out onto the circuit shortly. And we'll get Josh T and Jackson Lambros as trackside for us as well at Laguna Seca.
I think this is the story in a good way for Will Power's season, which is chill. You know, no big freak out, not throwing gloves. He seems much more at ease with the fact that it just didn't work out, but in large part that's why he's top of the championship right now. Let's go back down to Georgia.
Yeah, Nolan Siegel not moving through, but I did see the shrug. I asked you still feel like it improved through practice?
Yeah, it's, you know, we're thrown into a really difficult situation here, and you know, we've had very, very little time to prepare. I didn't know I was driving here until a few days ago, so it's tough. None of us know each other. We're getting better every session. We're getting to know each other better. I'm getting to know the car better. It's just a lot of new things, and it's tough. It's tough. IndyCar is super competitive, so I feel like as long as we can continue improving at this rate every session this weekend, I think we're going to hit the ground rolling really well in Mid-Ohio and on to the rest of the season. So I'm happy with where we're at, happy with where the trajectory is going, and I think that we're going to be competitive in the race, and we'll be competitive for the rest of the season.
He's taking this opportunity in stride. That's Nolan Siegel. Dylan Welch.
Will Power will not advance, so we always know it's going to be tight and it's going to be close. What more did you need there out of your run?
I probably waited in the pit too long, honestly, so I had to back up and didn't get enough temp, and then just was off cycle. Yeah, it's always very tough, you know, you can't screw around, so yeah, we had the pace, just didn't put together.
What's the positive of this for tomorrow? You'll have an extra set of res. Is that going to be enough of a difference maker, do you think?
Yeah, it's hard to say. I think, yeah, I don't know yet if the reds are good or not, hopefully.
Thanks, Will.
It does create another option, and that's one of the questions that we won't really know until tomorrow. Sometimes you don't know until you get into the race as to what is the preferred tire. So starting positions locked in for these. It is the best start of the season for Agustin Canapino. And here is who does move on. How about Romain Grosjean, who has been strong here each season. Rossi looking strong. And after a slow start to the weekend, Scott Dixon has found it. And then Marcus Armstrong quicker than the 6-time champ.
I was going to say the young Kiwi a little bit quicker than his teammate, the veteran Kiwi. Great continued performance here from Armstrong. Remember, coming off a career best qualifying position at Road America. It didn't end the way he wanted after some contact in turn 1. But that driver showing a whole new side of himself this season. A lot of pace, a lot of improved results. We're seeing personal best being set multiple times already this season.
Group 2, Herta, Palou, O'Ward, Rosenquist, Kirkwood, Ericsson, Lundgaard, Simpson, Lundqvist, Newgarden, Harvey, Fittipaldi, VK. Josh T back with us in the comms box. Hi JT, how you doing?
Oh well, I didn't expect to be here. I thought we were going into 11, but the plan was to go to 10, 20 all along. So, well, I'm here, ready for Group 2, and going forward. That's what happens when you try to convert between 3 different time zones at once.
Yeah.
Well, 4 if you count Laguna Seca as well. But Herta, Palou, O'Ward, Rosenquist, Kirkwood, Ericsson, Lundgaard, Simpson, Lundqvist, Newgarden, Harvey, Fittipaldi, VK, and Giotto as the graphics
Glitched, yeah.
have a little bit of a moment there. And the timer will start when the first car goes across the line, which is now. So 10 minutes should be underway.
It triggered when they crossed the alternative line.
Yeah.
Is that Jackson? What did he say? Jackson Lambos is trackside for us, by the way, this weekend at Laguna Seca. You'll be seeing him in some of the pre-show antics tomorrow. Hopefully it's going to be a bit of a quick build-up, so we'll be playing his interviews throughout the race tomorrow in a side-by-side coverage of the race as well. So I hope you enjoy it back at home. We're creating a special screen where we'll have some interviews from him on alongside our usual data graphics. So that's going to be a lot of fun tomorrow in the Grand Prix of Monterey, and qualifying has begun officially as well, so the clock has started. We're on board with with Carl Kirkwood in the 27 as he comes down towards the corkscrew, right down, 7-story drop. Always want to have a go there when we come here as well. Spotted himself underneath Creed as well. Caution his Xfinity for Chandler Smith, says Jack. Jack will be joining us actually in the NASCAR broadcast tomorrow from New Hampshire, if it happens. That's another question. If it doesn't, it could be Monday, it could be Tuesday, depending on when they run it. Palou top as well. Yeah, Jackson says it was a Jackson.
Yeah, he's just pointing out that Giotto won't be around for the next race due to scheduling, so they'll have to find another driver for the 51 car. Lundgaard goes 4th, 1:11.533. Ericsson goes 9th, that's not good enough, but with still 8 minutes to go, he's still got enough time. I've covered way too many 10-minute qualifying sessions today.
I must admit, you covered touring cars, and I thought I'd get you back by covering Laguna Seca, but no. It's going to be a busy old day tomorrow as well, but don't worry, JT, we're shoving you down to the pit lane for the F1 race as well. I need to be back for Silverstone.
Got touring cars in the middle of it, haven't I?
Yes. So we're shoving you over there. We would partner Jess with you, but Jess is doing, as you know, F1. Yeah. So the commentary lineup tomorrow will be myself alongside Megan and Jess in the box.
I'll just be alone like normal. I'm used to it, and surprisingly, British Touring Car solo commentary isn't that bad.
No, it's not. If anything, we don't. If we're together, it's easier. But if we're solo, it's the only one that we could really be solo on, isn't it? It's a weird combo. Herta 108.7010, then Kirkwood, Palou. Oh no, Lundgaard goes 4th. O'Ward 5th, and Kiffin Simpson up in 6th position at the moment as well. It's Newgarden down that's got the problem of being faced of elimination here. So they're really struggling out there. But yeah, touring cars is probably the one series that we could do solo, so it's not too bad. It's only for race 2 anyway.
Yeah, right.
Presume Nick Homewood is watching the F1 as well. As he comes into it, we'll have more team members on, of course. It's no touring cars next week, but MotoGP. That's going to be another busy one. We're in Combox 2 for that one, once again. Also, I think we're going on JBMotorsports 2. I can't quite remember. Jess says, busy day tomorrow, but luckily not the busiest day of the year. No, we've kind of had that, but we're having another one soon.
Yeah.
Herta's pushing like crazy here, of course. Twice a winner at Laguna Seca. Broke the curse of his old dad and the legacy that he had at this place. Herta does enjoy Laguna Seca. He goes top. No, Award goes top. Pato O'Ward in the McLaren, 108.509. So O'Ward jumps up to top billing with 6 minutes to go. Keeping it together. Here's Venus VK. Oh, he lost a little bit of time over the corkscrew. Almost like he had to jump over it, hit the bump wrong. F1 at Laguna Seca would be amazing, but they would have to spoil it a lot. They did try and bring it here in the 1990s. That's why the track was modified back from the original Laguna Seca layout to add the infield section as well. If you look at the original Laguna Seca, it was a much more flat out. You come out of one, you hurtle down towards turn 6, then you go over the corkscrew, and then you back down through the middle section. So it used to be just a straight run. Then they added the infield bit as well to create some more action. So you see turn 1, the hairpin, the loop, and the 2 corners to the right. That never used to be there. It used to go straight on from turn 1 up to where you see the 21 car now on that little straightaway.
That is very straight. It's not. Yeah.
It used to be like an oval.
It looks weird without the infield section. I won't lie.
I missed it. I like the old layout personally. I've driven it. It's a lot more fun. Herta sliding out the exit. That braking zone to turn 1, not great.
It's so much faster as well.
Yeah. But they did win with MotoGP. They got MotoGP here as well, but yeah. It used to go straight on down the other side as well. But now it's all busy. We can't have that back. But this version of Laguna Seca is modern enough and cool enough, to be fair. Goes to 50.
From 1.900 miles, 3.058 kilometres to 2.214 miles, 3.563 kilometres, which we run now.
Yeah, they wanted to get F1 here. That's why they changed it back in the 1990s. They wanted it, I think, to replace Phoenix. So this was going to be the United States Grand Prix. Didn't get it. MotoGP came here instead for the United States Grand Prix. Then they lost that in 2013. And then 2014, we went to COTA as well. Well, we went there in 2013, but COTA became the America's Grand Prix. Then we had the Indianapolis Grand Prix on the road course for Indianapolis. But we went the opposite direction for MotoGP. That went at the end of 2015-16. Has New Garden got a problem here? I can't hear an engine. And now he's fired it up. It almost sounded like New Garden went into neutral there. Lost it down a lot. I thought it was a problem. But yeah. Carl Cockridge to the top, 108.295. Pelot second.
It doesn't sound
healthy, does it?
Good.
No. He's going to box, isn't he? Newgarden's 13th. We just saw Power eliminated in the previous session. He's going to go again, but that Penske does not look healthy. Let's listen on board. Uphill towards turn 1. Sounds like something's being strangled on the gears. It's okay through the infield section. Back up the hill. Yeah, you can hear it, can't you? Still sounds sick, JT, doesn't it? That car does not sound healthy at all.
No, it doesn't. Oh, I've just seen something on Twitter for Formula 3.
Oh,
9
what are you?
races, nine winners.
Yeah, 9 races, 9 winners.
Yeah.
That was what you had this morning. Just a reminder that tomorrow I've got to put the British Touring Car streams on as well. Still haven't managed to get the thumbnails, but I'm going to do that in the break. Literally, we finished what here? Oh, and New Garden, big snap coming over the alternative finish line. New Garden has not managed to get through. He's still 13th, JT.
Yeah, that from all of the streams today.
Say again?
And like the streams today and tomorrow, like you've got to do the thumbnails.
Yeah.
I can do the thumbnails for today's one.
No, it's all right, I've got it. I've got them. I just haven't put them on. Like I already took all the photos. I did.
Yeah.
I did everything on Friday and Saturday. So I did everything on Wednesday this week. So they're all done. It's just I haven't been able to put them on yet.
Yeah, I saw them in the folder.
Yeah, they're all done. Oh wait, hang on. If you can do, no, because they're screenshots. They're not JPEGs. They're screenshots. You have to put them on the thingy. You can try. No harm in trying. I can never do them. It says it's got to be less than 2 megabytes. I think because they're screenshots, not JPEGs. But weird, it lets you do it on your phone. Anyway, back to the action. Newgarden, whoa, big snap, caught the curb, downhill in the corkscrew, rear stepped out on him. He's on sticker reds, and he's fighting for control. Newgarden's not going well here. Manages to get through to second with a time that did match the top, but now it's changed. Pillow, 107.2751. So Newgarden just scrapes through, but now he's starting to drop down the order as well. He's in 4th already. Award has gone 2nd. Pillow's gone top. Ericsson goes 5th. Kirkwood's coming in 6th position. Lundgaard now goes 5th. That puts Kirkwood out. Fittipaldi goes 7th. Simpson goes 7th. Here comes Rosenquist. Big snap. 3rd. 3rd for Rosenquist. 107.4216.
Lundqvist goes 6th.
Ericsson's on a faster time, so Simpson. VK goes 9th. 12 seconds to the checkered. Oh, Kirkwood fighting it into the corkscrew, over the hill and far away. Kirkwood comes to play, takes the checkered flag. Time is looking 2nd. 3rd to go 2nd. Lundgaard pushing like crazy, attacking like crazy. Sliding it around, Palou, Herta, Kirkwood, Award, Rosenquist in the pit lane, Newgarden 6th. They've locked themselves in as things stand. Everyone else not improving. Lundgaard might kick out Newgarden here though, as he comes across the line, dust being kicked up above. He's done it! Joseph Newgarden is out! 2 of the 3 Penske's out. Where's McLaughlin? He got through, I think, in the previous session. So out goes Power in Group 1. Group 2 kicks out Newgarden. Lundqvist is out. Ericsson's out. VK, Simpson, Fittipaldi, Harvey and Giotto. But through, Palou, Herta, Kirkwood, O'Ward, Rosenquist and Lundgaard. JT already. It's going to be an amazing session, but bad for the Penskes. And Newgarden goes well here. That car sounded sick and it's not working, but now we've got a great qualifying too.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have to keep an eye on that too of Joseph Newgarden and see if they can keep it going into the next session.
Let's hand over to NBC then for the news updates.
So Palou, Herta, Kirkwood, Award, Rosenquist, and Lundgaard. Advance, Newgarden, Lundqvist, Ericsson, VK, Simpson, Fittipaldi, Harvey, and Giotto do not. Out of Group 2. For Newgarden, he needed a 10th.
So tight here, guys. That's what they've been saying all along, and here's how little they missed by Newgarden to 10th, Linus 2, Ericsson 3. It is just so tight all the way back to Luca Giotto down there in P27. The rookie for Dale Coyne, improving every time, but still a ways to go.
We talked about precision and aggression. What a nice blend there is between the two driving styles, the personalities, but the surgeon, quickest so far, Alex Palou with the 107.2 right there.
Both those guys up at the top have won at this racetrack before. But you just look at the average age of this group that advances. This is the future of IndyCar, guys. You're looking at it right now. Don't think there's a driver. There's one driver on that board over the age of 30.
Felix is 32 years old. The rest still on the way up. Felix still has plenty road ahead of him as well. So we did not expect to see the number 12 Verizon car being pushed back, nor the Hitachi Chevrolet of Joseph Newgarden out after the first round of qualifying. Group 2, by the way, the fastest by Palou was 4/10ths faster than Grosjean's fastest in Group 1.
I know the track does improve from Group 1 to Group 2, but Grosjean's time that was quickest in Group 1 wouldn't have even transferred in Group 2. So yes, they may have had more wins and poles in that group, but like I said, in the last 5 years, there's a lot of fast drivers that were in that second group.
Let's start hearing from some of those that did not move forward. We start with Georgia.
Marcus Ericsson, one of those drivers. Marcus, just simply, what more did you need in that session?
Yeah, it's a good question. Felt pretty good in practice. Both practice sessions were pretty decent. Yeah, just missing something there on the reds is super frustrating. Yeah, very frustrating.
Thanks, Marcus.
Just 0.2 of a second would have made the difference.
Joseph Newgarden also not going to advance. He will roll from 14th tomorrow. So what was the difference maker for your car on your run?
I think it's just me today. I mean, I think our car was really good. I was just struggling to put it together. So, yeah, I'll try and make it up tomorrow. I think we got close there on the red, but just didn't quite have enough. But I think our car is really good. It's been good right from the get-go. So we're trying to have a good race day tomorrow with the Tachi car.
I know McLaughlin has been having some braking, some locking kind of concerns. Has that been impacting your car as well?
We've been up and down. Yeah, yes. Throughout the weekend, we've had different braking issues, but you're chasing both ends of the car depending on the temperature in the day. So yeah, we had the same thing today. Just keeps moving around. So you're chasing it session to session, but no, our car was pretty good. I don't think that was the issue. Yeah.
2 Penske cars coming from deep in the field tomorrow.
Arenas VK also not transferring through, but not for lack of effort. This team has gone to work this weekend. So can you kind of describe the effort, and what's your thoughts after your run?
Yeah, I mean, it's not been a straightforward weekend. Yesterday in practice we had a little issue, engine issue, and then this morning we were just really far out of the window. So got back to a very drivable car, but it's just not quick enough at the moment. So I mean, as a team we're struggling a little, but I mean, only ways forward. So I know we're always good in race trim, so we can move forward, but. Yeah, I'm looking forward to not passing so many cars in another weekend where we can just have it a bit easier.
His work is going to be cut out for him tomorrow. That's Arenas VK.
He has advanced only a couple of times this season into round 2. The opener at St. Pete, and then qualified. Actually, that's the only time. The Indy GP. Yeah, he qualified 12th at the Indy GP. So we're going to have a mixed-up grid tomorrow with Penske starting 14th and 15th. Marcus Ericsson starting 18th. Those are the ones that most stand out. Graham Rahal always moves forward. He's starting 19th tomorrow.
Such a Sunday guy is Graham Rahal. So good at pulling a result out after a difficult qualifying day.
And this is the kind of racetrack that could be great for Graham tomorrow because it's going to be so tricky. Tire deg's going to be an issue. Guys are going to be sliding around. Last year there was tons of yellow. Now here's something I wanted to look at, James, because this is that drainage cover over here at the exit of turn 5. And it's not unusual. Historically, we saw this section of drainage actually pop up one year at an IMSA race, damage some cars hugely. This section of pavement right here is all new. Didn't used to exist. It used to be sand basically all the way up to the curb. Now that the drivers are running the line here, and in some cases getting wide and running that drainage cover, I sure hope that thing is, welded down because they're hitting that at well over 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's fine. What I like about this section, and I'm sure it'll be fine. What I like about this section is before this new pavement section here was added, as you said, this curb here actually falls away from the racetrack. So if you got a little bit too hot out of there and caught it, it sometimes pulled you off the track. Now you can get onto that new pavement before it even gets to that point and actually just buys you a bit of racetrack. So I bet that corner is a lot more comfortable for drivers, even though it looks a bit sketchy on the exit.
And they're just opting to miss it, and I should correct myself. It's so dark now. It's really this drainage cover is the one they're running. I had done this one, but of course it's going to be that one there. So, we digress on the telestrator on occasion, but in this case, that's an area racetrack that's never seen IndyCars at speed like it is so far this weekend. We know what manhole covers sometimes look like on street circuits. Loose.
Let's go to pit lane again at Dillon.
Linus Lundqvist will start 16th tomorrow, so I know this place is tricky for everybody. It's your first time here. What's been the biggest challenge of it so far for you?
I think just putting it together. You know, the track is tricky because you pay a lot for your mistakes, so there's no runoffs. But also as well, like there was a bunch of traffic that everybody kind of had in practice, so it's kind of difficult just to get into a rhythm, and it's very much a rhythm place. So it's kind of been kind of the story for us throughout practice. But I thought we had a decent effort. You know, we always wanted to be a little bit, you know, a tenth or two better. Would have put us through to the next one, which would have been nice. But still, not too far off, and I'm not too unhappy about it. And, you know, the American Legion car was pretty decent today.
Apart from the pole at Road America, this is your best qualifying run of the year. So are there positives that you can take from that just as you continue to progress?
Absolutely, and you know, you look at the gap as well compared to, you know, the relative pace is kind of what we compare to, and obviously we've been kind of closing that gap the whole time. Obviously, honestly, I'm still kind of learning, especially going on to the alternates, because we don't get that much running on them. So going into qualifying is always a bit of a guess for me. And sometimes you guess it better than other times.
Always learning for sure. We'll see what Linus can do tomorrow.
And that time he put up would have been 6th quick if he was in Group 1. Certainly track evolution a part of that as well. All right, into the 12 now.
Here we go. So, Kirkwood, Palou, McLaughlin, Rossi, Dixon, Herter, Armstrong, O'Ward, Lundgaard, Rosenquist, Malukas, and Grosjean in there as well. JT, a week ago, we were covering Le Mans.
40 minutes ago, 30 minutes even, I was covering Le Mans.
The 24 hours for esports. Oh, and this is what we're on about these drainage curbs. A lot of them offline. That's a worry. One of them's going to come loose, exit a turn 8.
Yeah, absolutely. And overtime in NASCAR Xfinity, so it's time to get Premier Sports up to put it on the other screen.
Yeah, you can do that. I'll catch up later. I'm just looking forward to the fact that we might not even have a race tomorrow for NASCAR, which means we get INDYCAR and NASCAR Monday. NASCAR Monday I'd rather do.
I mean, it is meant to be raining Monday possibly as well.
Oh, well, Tuesday. NASCAR Tuesday. Well, hey, midweek race, fine by me.
No breaks in the week, fine by me.
Yeah, fair point.
Because Wednesday is the start of planning for next week.
Yeah, that's true. The busy one. Oh. I hope we get a race Monday race for NASCAR. We haven't done one of those yet here on JBMotorsports. Everyone's been too happy at the start of this year for the first 5 months.
Have we done no, we haven't done a Tuesday race yet, have we?
We haven't. We did a Monday race together for USRN, I think last season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if we do a Tuesday race before a Monday race on JBM, then that's
hilarious. Yeah, me and JET covered NASCAR on and off race. We were the relief commentators for a couple of seasons, 22 and 23.
I need to talk to Matthew because I think I'm on a couple of Xfinity coming up soon.
So he's doing everything. There's no set. We all sort of mingle in together. We also go into every series, like USRN, Grid Network, everything. Jess on Grid. We're all sort of, we've got 3 sort of networks that works. Go on.
Even Matthew was on Grid.
Yeah, Matthew's now on Grid. We're all just sort of pulling out the resources together. It's really fun.
Does that mean I finally have to maybe come over there as well?
I've got it. Well, you already have. I know me.
Yeah, on the
possibly
recorded stuff.
Well, that's up to Joe on that board.
Yeah,
but probably would be. Yeah, they could do with all the help they can get at some points.
Joe, hi, hello.
Let's have a look then. Top 6 after the first run. It's Palou, Dixon, Rossi, Kirk. No, Grosjean. 1:10.05.68. Roman Grosjean's absolutely electric.
Grosjean just comes out of nowhere.
He does this all the time. So slow, and then bang, he remembers why he's Roman Grosjean. Kirkwood now top for the 27. 1, 2, and now Palou back to the top. They're all sort of changing around. McLaughlin now sticks to 3rd. The top 6 have just stayed the same. They've just moved around. Rosenquist, Lungard, Ward, Herta, Malukas, Armstrong, they're in trouble. They've done it again and again. The top 6 has gone back to exactly what it was 2 minutes ago. And now finally Herta progresses out from the bottom 7. Armstrong goes in 7th. O'Ward goes 4th. Now the time's starting to come through. 12 cars out there, doesn't the driver tracker look busy? Insane at the moment. Here comes Grosjean. Back to the top for Romain Grosjean. 108.198. And here, oh, he's off the track! And boxes. He does something, Romain Grosjean, then. A little bit wide, coming out of the last corner. Straight into the pit lane. Well, it's easily done, I suppose. Pit lane.
That he podiumed in 2021. He likes this place. He doesn't know why, but it works with him, and it seems to be working with the Juncos Hollinger team as well.
Thanks, Georgia. He likes the car, and something's liking him back. So, yeah, let's keep it going. Keep it running. On board with Colton Herta.
You can really see the corkscrew and how the car reacts from that camera angle. You can see it more from the front wing cam as Herta goes top. 108.0666. Hopefully the devil doesn't come and fight back.
Oh, he did! Well, he did! Big snap out of the last corner for Herta, ruining the following lap. Oh, you said it, JT. At Laguna Seca of all places as well.
Yeah.
Of course, Laguna Seca currently in a battle with people who built houses next to the circuit and then complained about the noise. Here's an idea. Don't build houses next to racing circuits and then complain about the noise. You idiots. You Irwins.
Liking this.
Hello, Eamon.
What did you expect when you build houses next to a racetrack?
Oh, McLaughlin got on the sand. Coming out of 4. Just rear stepped out. Not a lot of exit curb here at Seca. They really do just sort of...
When you go off, you go off.
Yeah.
When you stay on, you stay on.
They hold nothing against
Quote
us.
of the day.
That's why MotoGP don't come here anymore. The track was deemed too dangerous. But boy, was it a good race.
Corkscrew with MotoGP must have been insane.
Oh, it was the best. We had the greatest race ever. Rossi versus Stoner, side by side. And Rossi jumping over the corkscrew and going through on the inside. Like, oh, it was epic. To take the lead in the win in 07 or 06, one of the years. Oh, I love this place. I missed it. Got to commentate here once for MotoGP, the last time in 2013 as well. That race started at 11 o'clock at night as well, I remember it. It was one of the hottest days. It was about this time of the year, actually, as well. It was one of the hottest days of the year, 11 o'clock at night with the back window wide open, headset, mic pulled out to there because it was so hot. I was in a T-shirt and shorts commentating on the race at 11 o'clock at night.
Nice.
And then the next day, we went on a school trip and we had to wear blazers, ties, and shirt collars done up. Was not allowed to take any of it off. 3 students collapsed with heat stroke. It's the only time I've fallen out with one of my old teachers because I had to go the following day because it was not right. I won that argument and we respected each other after that as well because we both held our ground. And it was a good debate as well.
Well,
hi Tuffers if you're listening.
Yeah, well, hopefully the driver who just won the Xfinity race doesn't spoil anything else and let any more secrets go.
His name, by the way, was Paul Tufnell. So we called him Tuffers.
Nice.
After Phil Tufnell, of course, the cricketer for England. Across the line then. A few changing around. Oh, Tuffers is watching.
Chase Briscoe, by the way, worst kept secret in the whole of NASCAR.
I know, it's on our build-up show tomorrow, that clip.
Is it?
Yes, it is, yeah. The whole story is in our build-up. Because for once, we actually get to do a proper little build-up to NASCAR. So I'm looking forward to that, like we did in the old days.
I smell bonfire.
Are you thinking again?
No, I just smell bonfire and I know who it is. Next door they have a wood burner. They're probably using that.
We've got a fire pit wood burner that you can put in, but we just haven't used it yet. Got it a year and a half ago.
Oh, careful of the camera.
Few improvements. Grosjean and Lundgaard with 2 minutes to go. We're sort of adjusting it around. I cannot understand how this is going to take another 45 minutes to complete. We've only got one more session to do. What takes them so long?
Is it actually meant? No.
Yeah.
Guys, come on.
It's meant to end. We've been on air for 46 minutes. We've nearly done it. Why does it take 45 minutes? I don't get it.
They've learnt from touring cars.
Sadly, they looks like they have.
Quick is efficient.
Finally, maybe Formula E can do that. Formula E's qualifying used to take an hour. It now takes 1 hour, 45, sometimes 2 hours. Big knock-off from O'Ward in the first... Yeah, it does. Oh, big knock-off from O'Ward in the first couple of corners. It absolutely kills you in the middle of the night races.
Why does it take so long, though? Because it's longer than the race.
It is longer than the race, and nobody gets why. The duels don't make sense either. People say that we shouldn't have 12-minute group stages. It should be 6 minutes. So yeah. McLaughlin improves. So does Malukas.
O'Ward in 11th.
Every time he goes through the corkscrew, yeah. Here we go. And he goes through. 4th place. On board with Christian Lundgaard. And he's going, by the way, yeah, Lundgaard through. By the way, JT, I don't know if you've noticed that every time we go on board with the drivers at the moment, we're finally seeing the names come up again.
Is it in the bottom right-hand side of the screen?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I didn't notice because my monitor blocks the bottom right-hand side of the screen.
I've had
when
words.
I'm sat down.
I've had words, believe it or not.
Have you now?
I have, yeah. I'll explain in a minute. So, qualifying for Group 2, top 6 advance is over. Palou, Kirkwood, Herta, Rosenquist, Lundgaard, Grosjean, they're currently going through at the moment. Palou and McLaughlin have taken that line, but McLaughlin goes 6th. He improves massively, JT.
Yeah, but keep an eye on Roman Grosjean. He's 86 thousandths up on 6th, and I don't believe he improves.
No, he stays 7th. O'Ward doesn't go through. O'Ward's missed out. So has Rossi. Well, Rossi's still on the run. Does Dixon go through? We've got a very unusual top 6 coming through here. Dixon, across the line, does he go through? No.
I don't think so, no.
10th. Can Rossi salvage anything at the line? Yes! He kicks out McLaughlin. All of the Penske's are not in the top 6. Palou, top again. Kirkwood, Herta, Rosenquist, Rossi, Lundgaard, the 6 to go through. McLaughlin, Grosjean, O'Ward, Dixon, Armstrong, Malukas fail. Wow.
Top 12 start for Malukas is still good after what has happened.
That is astounding from David Malukas to get through in his first ever race, let's not forget, in INDYCAR.
Yep, and now that is literally just that's what happened. McLaren, well done.
Yep. It's coincidental that he makes his race debut the same day they finally find a permanent replacement for the number 6. Just saying,
yes.
They could have just waited. But then again, that's what happens to McLaren, and now their hospitality unit's burnt down in Formula 1. So yeah, they just need to not cut corners.
Are they allowed back in yet?
No, not until tomorrow morning. And Donald Trump's in as they're there tomorrow as well, in the McLaren hospitality. Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, because he's in Philadelphia today.
Yeah, someone
Yes,
obviously chose to
tomorrow,
fire on the wrong day. They were 1 day short. Right, back to NBC.
First and 6th, look at Colt Herta. Oh, this is what went very wrong,
Yikes.
but could have gone even worse. If there's a
Huge snap, JT. That would have been in the barrier. That was well held from Herta.
Yeah, incredibly well held there from Herta, up the corner. Well, I look over at my track map, and then I was about to say the turn 6 of Le Mans, not Laguna Seca, of course, next to the Vejao Straight.
Definitely a Code Brown moment. Let's go back to NBC.
Result for Rossi. This is his best qualifying performance of the year, I think, in terms of where the rest of the Chevys are, where his Aero McLaren teammates are, and McLaughlin, wiping the sweat, is down with Dylan Welch.
Yeah, and he's walking over here to get a look at the times. It's so close and so tight. I mean, did you feel like you got everything out of your lap there? Is it just that close?
It's tight. I had a little slide through one of the quick corners, turn 6 around the back there, and just cost me going up the hill. And when you lose that momentum going up the hill, it really hurts you. So good range. Chevy's been good. I think we could have easily made the fast 6, but I mean, it's INDYCAR. Like, you know, there's a 10th between 7 cars or whatever. So just can't make a mistake. But you know, ultimately a great starting spot for tomorrow. And yeah, see how we go.
Yeah, 7th tomorrow for McLaughlin. Not too bad. Georgia.
David Malukas will start 12th, but I think the smile says it all there. I can also tell your demeanor has changed. Is this result kind of a weight off your shoulders?
Yes, it was. I mean, going through the practice sessions, obviously the pace was obviously really far down, but there was so much going on, not really getting laps in, so many different question marks going into it, and finally we had a clean lap. We had everything into it. We put one together, and that's all we needed, and we made it to the fast 12, and then there started to make a few mistakes here and there again, just getting a little bit fatigued, just being out of the car for so long, but yeah, it feels amazing, and it feels really good for the crew as well.
Where does this put your mindset heading into tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, tomorrow's going to be a completely different beast to tackle. It's going to be all about survival and definitely making sure that we could survive and keep this position for 95 laps. So it's going to be a different kind of turnaround, but obviously I have a really good group of people. They set this car up. I mean, in 2 practice sessions, we went from not being into it to making it to Group 2. So I trust these guys.
All positives here from the 66 camp.
And it equals the best start of the season for that car, which has had 3 different drivers. Tom Blomqvist started 12th at Barber. His other starts were 17th, 15th, 26th, and 25th. And Elio was back in that range for his 2 events.
You can really hear the exhale from Malukas as he starts to contemplate the true challenge of what tomorrow means. 95 laps on a 130-degree racetrack, James. He just did, what, 3 or 4 in anger? That's how hard it's going to be.
It talks about being fatigued after qualifying. Just wait until 95 laps around here. But this is the group that does not advance, led there by Scott McLaughlin. Still a very impressive effort from Grosjean there in the 77. Bit of a surprise from O'Ward. He's been quick. He's so good at getting the maximum lap time out of that McLaren. But these are the drivers that move on to the Firestone Fast 6.
2 of the most precise guys in the field, 1st and 6th there with Palou and Lundgaard. I'm not surprised at all to see them on a day like today make it through. And then the hard charger, Colton Herta. I love the contrast of driving styles. They both can get you to the front of the field through totally different paths.
And 5 of the 6 are Hondas. Dylan.
Scott Dixon is 10th, and it has been a little bit of a work in progress, I know, with this race car so far this weekend. So how do you feel about 10th? Is that an okay run given what you had earlier this weekend?
No, like it should have been better, man. Both laps I was up by a good amount and kind of lost it and one or 2 of the corners, which was frustrating. I think we definitely had a 2 or 3 in it, which would have got us through. That's the way it goes, man. It's definitely pretty tricky out there, especially with the seams. But team did a good job. We had a really tough practice 1 yesterday with some issues there, and we got it cleaned up this morning to be in the top 6 there. But yeah, just missed a little bit, man. Yeah, frustrating.
What is the toughest part of just getting a clean lap here under these circumstances?
It's so easy to go over the line, and with the seams on the track, it's very easy to hit one maybe if you go in a little too deep, and it can kind of jeopardize the whole corner for you. So I think if you look at splits throughout the weekend, there's loads of people that are up and down a ton, loads of people going off track. I think it's going to be a pretty excitable race as well, probably similar to last year. Just once you get offline, it's really tricky. So yeah, it's just tough, man. Really, really tight. Car's really tight out there, and it's pretty good and pretty hard, and the IndyCar series right now.
They won from 11th here last year, so Dixon not out of it by any means tomorrow, Georgia.
Yeah, Romain Grosjean will start 8th. It looked like you were pushing out there, but just how hard were you pushing?
We had a pole car. I'm very annoyed with people slowing down the first time lap in qualifying. It happens to me in Detroit, happens again today. I picked up one of the Shank car in front of me, And just let me know out of 12 guys if one guy did the slow lap on lap 2, and that's what I had to do to do a gap. I had about a 10-second gap, went down to second. Honestly, it's not the first time it happens. It's very frustrating because we worked so hard to get those guys where they deserve to be. We're the pole car today, I know it. The last lap, which is my best lap, I lost 2 tenths out of the last corner. So just because I had to do a slow lap before. I'm not very impressed with generally the way drivers behave on track, and I'm hoping that it's going to get better because, as I say, it's not the first time, and today we definitely should be running at a fast 6. So hats off to the boys for making such a great car. I think I drove it amazingly well, but there's things we can't control, and that's what happens. So good news is that we should be good tomorrow.
Thanks, Ramon.
So there is his public comment. Let's hear what's more of a private commentary, although it's always public, on the team radio.
Why does he slow down and point it up again? I have it, but the problem is the guy slows down and point it up in front of me. Should be reported. We're going to do that, Roman. They should not allow that.
Thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it's like he's never done an IndyCar race before. I mean, like, this has been an issue in this series for a decade. It's no different here. You know, I understand the frustration. It is incredibly frustrating from inside the car, but it's got to be expected, and you just got to deal with it. It's the same for everybody.
Don't hate the player, play the game.
Yeah, exactly right. You know, you just got to find that gap on track. Sometimes it's so hard because you find a good gap, and then somebody, you know, breaks stride and slows down in front of you.
But let's not discount the fact the frustration's real. We've all been there.
Yeah,
you get it. But he's been
brutal.
doing it long enough that, okay, when you sit down with your team and you try to sequence through, okay, let's think through how this is going to go, when we're going to go out. There's a big part of the team that factors into those decisions, the driver, an equal part of that decision-making process. But it won't matter now. There's 6 left and 6 on pit lane ready to launch, and I'm fascinated to see where this ends up. You got to think Palou has the advantage in these kind of circumstances.
And do you think qualifying matters here? 16 out of the 26 race winners at Laguna Seca have started from the pole. Another 4 started from second. However, the last 2 winners came from 11th. So I'm telling you there's a chance if you did not advance. But
oh, very nice.
Track position and much more in play. 3 of those in the Firestone Fast 6 looking for their first pole of the season. Kyle Kirkwood, Alexander Rossi, who's in the Firestone Fast 6 for the first time this year, and Christian Lundgaard.
So we're all getting in. Kirkwood, Palou, Rossi, Herta, Lundgaard, Rosenquist. They are the 6, JT. And they have 6 minutes on the clock to get going. Not that long. 2 laps at most.
Yeah, absolutely not that long at all. And, well, we were touching a little bit on it earlier on. And while they're on their installation laps before the 6-minute clock starts, let's just give you an idea of the last year that David Malukas has had. Of course, on September 8th last year, Arrow McLaren announced that Malukas had signed a multi-year contract as driver of the number 6 beginning this year, but then he broke his wrist in a mountain biking accident and was released by the team on April the 29th, 2024 after missing 4 races with an unclear recovery timeline. But on the 7th of June earlier this month, Malukas, it was announced that he would be returning to INDYCAR with Meyer Shank, replacing Tom Blomqvist in the 66 car, and his last race which he competed in, Josh, was the 2023 Grand Prix of Monterey here at Laguna Seca, where I believe he ended up in the gravel trap, then returned to finish 20th.
So basically, he's out and he's in at the same track.
Yes.
That's what it is with Laguna Seca being earlier on in the year as well. It's round 8 of the season. Usually it's the end of the season, but they've changed it around now as well. And I think, I missed the, massive jump from Kyle Kirkwood over the corkscrew. You visibly saw the front suspension bounce as he hit the ground. He's a 107.7047. Sounds like my phone number as it comes into it as well. But my God, that's absolutely insane, JT.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was an incredible save, I will be honest, as Rossi goes across the line, and his first lap time of 1 minute 07.8977, and he will come into pit lane.
P2 on the board, so he'll find something to, get excited about as they come into it as well. Again, now here's Alex Palou, still on the attack with 4 to go. I'm rhyming today, I don't even mean it. The DHL car with the Pride Racing livery on it as well, that he carried through the month of May into June. He's very off the track. There's no track limits here at Laguna Seca.
Well, if there is track limits, then
Yeah.
Palou is like, what track limits? There's track limits? I didn't know there was track limits.
Warhammer says Maluka's just one of the many locked-in multi-year contracts for the 66. Everything. He's gone from the 6 to the 66. He's done a bit like what Dale Earnhardt Jr. did. When he couldn't run the 8, he ran the 88. Double it. I think he's got the 8 back though, hasn't he, as well? If he can run
Double it and give it to the next person?
Yeah. Double it. We'll play... what is that? Is that blackjack or is that poker? INDYCAR's lost its timing. First time that's happened on the phone, though. Yeah, we're not using the iPad. iPad's busy, so it's being used by somebody else, so I'm having to use my phone. For the driver tracker, the day...
Is the sizing of the driver tracker that much different? Fine.
I already set it up ages ago.
Nice.
I set both up during the month of May, just in case, the iPad died and you need the phone.
Yeah, you got a bit bored in one of the rain delays, so you did that.
Yeah, very bored. Very, very bored. Basically, and then I fixed the timing tower as well. Do you remember me doing that?
Yep.
That took ages.
At least there wasn't a 4-hour safety car in the one stint that I did.
You got that 4 hours back. That was a long night last week.
But we survived, maybe because we got each other through it.
Yeah. Megan's comments as well with the... that was the latest Megan's ever stayed in the commentary box, to be fair. Past 2 a.m. I haven't told her yet that she's going to have to be here for the Japanese MotoGP Grand Prix. All throughout the night, because all of us are going to be at Brands Hatch. So who's going to record the timing screens?
Megan.
Yeah.
Have fun with that, Josh.
I might set it on a record thing.
And hello, Megan. If you're watching, you already know.
Yeah. Warhammer says just got the 8 back. Yes, they ran the 8, just not in the Dale Earnhardt Jr. fonts. Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
I thought they got the 8 back. 1 minute to go into the pit lane. No, hang on a minute. That's Rossi backed up a lap, but he's not going to have another run time, is he?
No.
Rossi stays 3rd then. Kirkwood's currently on provisional pole to Lundgaard, Rossi, Palou, Herder, Rosenquist. Now, who was that who blocked? It was Lundgaard. Lundgaard blocked Rossi coming out of the final corner. You can see it on the driver tracker in front of you. So there's a few differences that need to be... Do you know, the phone works a lot better than the iPad as a driver tracker, It really does. So much better. Might stick with this for tomorrow, actually, because no one ever texts me. Herder's on provisional pole.
We're 30 seconds away till the checkered flag, but we're 25 minutes away till the scheduled end. What?
I don't get it. We're going off there as soon as it's done. Palou steals away from Herder. Ooh, Herder's not going to like that. Lundgaard goes 3rd. 107.5, 112. Rossi does get another lap time in, I think. Where is he? Yes, Rossi does get another time to put in aboard. Don't think Kirkwood will, though. No, Kirkwood misses out. Kirkwood has missed out. He starts this race 4th and takes the... No, 2nd. P2. Kirkwood up to 2nd. 107.220. So he did get another lap time in. So did Rossi. So we all get fair square. Who's going to take pole? Rosenquist 3rd.
That'll be highest P2, of course, if anyone else improves.
Herta doesn't.
We're having a look. No, Herta, everyone is down. Lundgaard
massively.
is down by 2 seconds.
Pallou's got
Palou
it.
across the line. He's pole.
Rossi's a 2/10 off, but it's not going to improve him. That's it. Anticlimactic. Well, what?
Improve him in position, but not high enough, I believe. He'll go up a couple of places where, though, we'll have to see. He goes up to 5th, just one place for Rossi. So Palou, Kirkwood, Rosenqvist, Herta, Rossi and Lundgaard. Well, exactly, Josh, exactly what happened in the touring car Fast 6, where it was insane with 3 minutes to go, and then it just died off.
It happened in Formula 1 as well. When did Lando get pole? The end of quality? I think he did, didn't he? That just saved it. Oh, well.
Oh,
Saturday ends on a dull note. Not for Alex Palou, though. Another pole for Chip Ganassi Racing. Palou's on a mega lap, and boom, says Kenny. Palou on pole, Kirkwood 2nd, Rosenqvist 3rd, Herta 4th, Rossi 5th, Lundgaard 6th. Remember, over half the races have been won from pole position. So Palou might just run away with it. We'll hear from him shortly. But JT, what did you make of that session then?
Well, from what I saw of it, which is most of it, I only missed the first 10-minute session, it was a good qualifying. It was anticlimactic towards the end, but Alex Palou gets pushed towards the performance pit and will get the P1 award.
Let's hear what he has to say now to NBC.
Tricky racetrack, master of precision. He's starting on pole. This should be no contest, but this is the new Laguna Seca, which delivered all kinds of chaos last year. There were 2-stop strategies, 6-stop strategies to make the top 5. I'd say anything is on tomorrow. It is that unpredictable, but if it's a straight-up green race, this guy's going to be one tough cookie to beat.
I just don't see how it's going to be a straight-up race. We just don't have that kind of racing here lately. I know with the pave changing and what we've been seeing in practice.
But last year was the end of the season. True. And a lot of guys were throwing caution to the wind, throwing Hail Marys like, hey, let's try, whatever. You never know. Some were losing their jobs and going big, not worried about getting fired. We're in the middle of our season. Points are a different thing at this point in June.
And Alex Palou is 2nd in the championship, just 11 back, now 10 back. And Dylan is down there as Palou greets his team.
And rightfully so, prepared him a awesome race car. Barry Wanzer steps in for congratulations. Let's grab Alex here. First of all, we'll give this to you, the NTT P1 Award. 2nd time this year, congratulations. How perfect of a lap did you have to put together there multiple times just to not only get to the Fast 6, but obviously be the fastest of those 6 cars?
Yeah, it was really tough, really tight all qualifying, like to get to Fast 12 and then to get to Fast 6. So yeah, it was great. It was really tricky with track conditions. As soon as there was some wind, you couldn't really finish the lap because there was like no grip. But yeah, really happy the car was on rails today. So yeah, best starting position for tomorrow.
The race could be chaotic. It was chaotic last year, maybe not so much this year, but how big of an advantage here is starting up front?
I mean, it always is. It's the best spot. So yeah, hopefully we can have a clean start, clean first couple of laps, and hopefully there's a lot of cautions that can screw our strategies. But yeah, looking forward. The car's been amazing this weekend.
Always nice to be up front and lead the field to green. That's what Alex Palou will do tomorrow here at Laguna Seca, Georgia.
And he'll start right next to him. That's Kyle Kirkwood. You said you were happy with that run, but just how happy are you? We know how important starting position here is here.
It is. It's extremely important. Clean air around this place, you can't replace it with anything. So I'm happy to be on the front row. It's our best qualifying of the year for us in the 27 Auto Nation Honda. And Honda Power definitely brought it here today, you know, right? Five of the 6 cars in the Fast 6, Honda Power. So proud to be powered by Honda. So really good day. We executed super well. Of course, you want to be 800s quicker and get the pole, but you know, I'm happy with the front row starting spot. We don't have anyone in front of us, which is a first for this year.
You just said that those laps were physical out there. Now, fast forward to the race. How physical is this race going to be?
It was, you know, I didn't really get a taste for it last year because I was about 40 laps down, but yeah, I can imagine this being the hardest track on the schedule with the repave. It's just made it extremely, extremely physical. That and today it was a lot warmer than predicted. And if that happens again tomorrow, you're going to see guys not only will you see their tires degging, but you'll see their bodies degging a little bit too. So we'll get through these laps well, get hydrated and well fed tonight.
The best starting position for Kyle Kirkwood this year, starting second, guys.
Something to watch for, not just tire deg, body deg. It's coming up tomorrow with the heats.
Well, there you have it then. The field decided. JT, what did you make then of the session, and what do you think is going to happen in the race tomorrow?
Good qualifying, and it should be a good race. It always is here around Laguna Seca, but it's definitely going to be different, as NBC just mentioned, because, well, they can throw everything at it at the end of the season, but we're in the middle of the season, so will there be some more caution and more drivers being careful?
That's the thing as well. Who do you think is going to go well tomorrow? Who's your money on for pick a pole?
I've got Polo as my pick a winner,
Yeah.
because, as NBC also said, track position is key here at Laguna Seca, and more than half of the races have been won from pole this season, if I remember correctly.
You are correct, yeah. So this is going to be a very interesting one. You can join us a bit later if you're watching in the UK, 11 o'clock British summertime for all of the action here from Laguna Seca. And you can also then join us for NASCAR tomorrow. We're on air at 6:30. Green flag is at 7 o'clock as well. Say again, JT?
If it happens.
If it happens, if not, we're going to be in a bit of a rain delay coverage, in which, well, luckily we've got loads of footage to show you as well. Thanks for your company here tonight, guys. What a session. Alex Palou, he's on top here at Laguna Seca. We'll see you tomorrow for the Grand Prix of Monterey. Bye-bye.